The other aspect on why is the fact that containment is an enabler to increase IT capacity. As you improve the cooling efficiency, you actually improve the capacity for that system to be able to accommodate more IT equipment. You result is significant improvement in airflows, reduction in hotspots. We've seen increases that's quite substantial. There was a study done a couple of years ago on containment, and they referenced 20% increase in IT load by doing containment. You'll see in our case studies that our results are substantially higher than that. I think 20% is very much a baseline. So what does all that mean? It means the fact that now you can defer the costs for new cooling equipment. If you were having hotspots and you thought you would have to put more cooling equipment in place, with containment, which is much more cost effective and it doesn't have an ongoing energy cost associated with it, you can defer that purchase of new cooling equipment. And you can also defer site expansion in most cases, because now you can load your racks up to a higher density than what you could previously. If you look at the chart that we had up earlier with regard to rack densities, you see containment kicking in around 5 or so kilowatts. If you're doing containment and doing it properly, there's no reason why you can't push that up to 12, 15 kilowatts per rack, and some cases even higher. As you get higher, you've got to be more cautious with it, but certainly 12 to 15 is a reasonable level for increasing the rack densities. And the other element that we've seen here, we didn't make a note of it, is the fact that going to some sites and they're saying, well, I need a new cooling system because I don't have N+1 capacity or cooling capacity in the site. Again, by doing containment, we can prove to you that you now have N+1 cooling capacity because your cooling systems don't have to operate as hard as what they were before. And with the increase in return air temperatures, they have now achieved greater cooling capacity than what they had previously.
Arnold, one of the things that Polargy experienced, a conversation I would hear time and time again, was data center manager would come to us and say, I have enough UPS capacity, but I just can't get any more equipment into the room because I can't keep it cool. I believe that was probably this capacity question was the catalyst for at least 50% of containment projects versus just saving energy. So saving energy was nice, but often folks were they couldn't put any more equipment into the room, even though they knew they had the cooling capacity and had the UPS capacity. And so anyway, I'm going to just say that maybe 50% of the time over the last 10 years that we did a retrofit project, it was because of the capacity issue, not the energy savings.
Right. Yeah, and if you look at the cost to do containment relative to blowing out a wall in a data center and adding more space and adding more cooling related to it, it doesn't take long to come up with a good business case for adding containment versus taking those rather drastic steps that you'd have to otherwise.